guys, you've got normal me today in a grey hoodie. What? Cancelled. Hoodie jokes down below. Right, well, this isn't the easiest video to film, but I think it's quite important for me, so I'm gonna do it. I've recently been diagnosed with EUPD, sorry, just take that off, which is emotionally unstable personality disorder. In the US, I believe they call it BPD, borderline personality disorder. But in the UK, we go by EUPD more, so that's what I'm going by. Emotionally unstable personality disorder. Now, it sounds like you're weak. It sounds like you're a wreck, you know. Doesn't sound very nice, personality disorder, you know, but it is what it is, right? The symptoms of it are impulsivity, mood swings, being suicidal, self-harming, having a fear of abandonment, and also you've got things like unstable relationships with people, like I find it very hard to make and keep friends, partners, all that kind of thing. There's the anxiety and like extreme irritability that comes with it, which all of these things are things that impact your daily life, you know, like depression and anxiety would, which I have a diagnosis for that that's separate, you know, that I've had quite some years ago. But with EUPD, the emotions are extremely, extremely intense, and it can range from euphoria, you know, being up here, to really being suicidal in a matter of like hours. You know, these like mood swings and periods can last for days, hours, weeks, you know. It's something that is very difficult to live with for me because it's unpredictable, you know. That's the best way that I can describe it. You know, it's, you know, you can be fine with people 1 minute and then you've completely gone off them the next, or you know, you're convinced they've upset you or something, and that's not always the case, you know. But EUPD gets a bad rep, you know. Like people say, oh, you know, no, you don't want to hang around them, they'll be manipulative, they'll be this, they'll be that. But that's not necessarily true, and that's why I was kind of scared of admitting the diagnosis, because I don't want people to turn around and say, oh, she's crazy, she's manipulative, you know. I just want to be able to live my life at the end of the day. But leading up to the diagnosis, what happened was I ended up in hospital. And it's not a joke, you know. You can't really judge, I think, until you've been on a mental ward yourself. It's not pleasant, of course. I don't remember a lot about the bit before I went into the hospital. I just remember when I was at the hospital, there was a desk with 2 nurses, there was a guy in a cubicle beside me. But other than that, the ward was really like blank, plain, quiet. That's all I remember of that. But in there, I saw a psychiatrist who spent quite a lot of time with me, and then from then I went home and saw a psychologist and stuff, so was then given the diagnosis, and what they've decided to do is medicate me, which, you know, I was already on medication for depression and anxiety anyway, so they've put me on a stronger medication, and what that's meant for me is having quite a lot of side effects. Like the last 2 weeks I've had quite a lot of like unpleasant side effects, like vomiting, diarrhea, not been sleeping, things like just feeling like you're going to snap suddenly at people or whatever. Oh, hi. A lot of like unpleasant side effects basically, and I'm okay at the moment. You know, I've been on this medication for about 2 weeks now, so I'm finally starting to feel like my body is kind of getting used to it, so hopefully things will get better now. I've had a few days off work because of it. I've just felt so rough and so sick that I've been like, oh God, you know, can you imagine like sitting on the floor with children with fitting shoes on them and stuff? I felt like I was going to puke on them. It was horrible. But yeah, just to say I'm okay. Sorry if this video is a bit all over the place. I'm just sort of getting back to being me at the moment, but I want to document it just because it might help somebody else who's struggling. It might help somebody else who gets a diagnosis and is afraid. It might, you know, help someone. So I just think coming and talking about it is positive. And the other part of treatment, aside from medication, is they've put me in for therapy, which is called Systems Training for Emotional Predictability and Problem Solving. I'm reading that off my letter here. So it's for emotional intensity. They call it a STEPS EI course. So that's something that I will go to. The sessions are like, what does it say here? Like about 4 hours, 4 hours long sessions, once a week. Sorry if I'm a little bit all over the place here. Yeah, 4 hour sessions once a week. And I start that on the 11th of this month. So there's that, and apparently that therapy is very intensive and you get like homework and stuff, so you know, it's something that you kind of got to take seriously and focus on. My doctor said it is very intense and it can be quite rough and quite, you know, hard going, this therapy, but it's something that's necessary for me to like move on, and just rebuild my life a bit basically, because I was okay, I was doing all right, and then I just had some like almighty crash and fucked. But we will rebuild. That sounds so dramatic and corny, I hate it. What the fuck did I just say that for? She's back. Cancelled, but back. Love you. Bye bye.